Alright guys, so if you watched my last video, you would have seen me going and picking up the motor for my Canyon. And if I didn't really make it clear, my end goal with the truck is for it to be a race car. Of course, it's going to take me a lot of time to do it. Like I said, I'm not really in a rush. And as you can see, I have not touched the motor. The last video was July 4th on a Friday. So that following, I want to say Tuesday, we had some hiccups with the Canyon. I hit a deer on my way to work. If you don't know, I cut trees for a living, so I get up and leave my house by 5. I gotta be to work at 6, so it's usually still dark when I leave. And in South Carolina, there's a lot of deer. It's very known, #1 insurance claim is on deer. So as you can see, I got my headlight. It crinkled my fender a little on that side anyway. It got a real good here, and I still got some deer shit, so I'm not gonna touch the door. But it got this door right here, and so I was already prepared to do body work. This thing had a little ding in this fender. I'm just gonna replace it. The other side was actually my bad door. This was my good door. So now it got the door, and which was all fine and good. I was still gonna fix it, but after I got to looking, it also got my rocker pin, which at the same time, it's not the end of the world. You can see where the deer hit here, and it also matched the rocker. So if you come right here to the other side, so when I bought this truck, it's originally a gold truck, so I was knocking all that paint off because I have no idea what it is. So I was going to get it all back to the original color. But as I started doing it, I seen where somebody else had already creased the rocker here, and then under this Bondo, there were screw holes where somebody had already pulled a dent. So I've already fixed all this, but now that the other side's creased the same way, I just couldn't justify continuing to work on this truck and, you know, putting the money in it, making it nice and all this and that. And I also mentioned in my last video that once I started messing with this thing, I was going to need a daily driver. But to be honest, we have put probably 2,000 miles on this truck in like the last month. I mean, it is beyond reliable. It's gone multiple 3-hour trips. It's taking us to the beach for a vacation. I mean, it's very reliable. So with that being said, this is now the daily driver. I'm just gonna have to sacrifice this one and the work I've done to it already. So we got a new race truck. Same ordeal. I love these trucks. This is the new S10. So I went and found this one. I give $1,000 for it. They said that the motor smokes. Now, I was working during the week, and I really didn't want anybody else to get it before me. So I sent my cousin and her boyfriend to pick up this truck for me. So I didn't really get to look at her and check it out. You look here. You're gonna have to get up here. Alright, let's see. If you look here, apparently this was a scrapyard, junkyard ordeal. So they wanted an extra 100 for me to take the converter with me. But being that this motor's coming out and all this and that, I was not going to give them $100 for nothing. There was nothing I could do with the converter. I don't have the permit or the right things to be able to sell it. So they have already taken the manifold off. I'm assuming back behind the converter. I really haven't even gotten her to check. It would have done me no good. Less work I got to do to pull the motor anyway. So I didn't get to hear it run. I'm just going to take their word for it that the engine smokes really bad. I'm gonna assume that the transmission's good, and since I have the other truck, I'll probably stick this transmission to the side just in case that one tears up. If anybody's familiar with Chevrolets, they know that the 406E is straight garbage. Just a terrible motor. So yeah, here's the new truck, new race car build. I'll let y'all check it out a little bit. I also did not load this backwards and hold it like this, but it's to get it off and get it in my garage. It's actually set up the way it needs to be. I think I got the door locked, but same ding, the exact same spot as the other truck. Well, I mean, it's fine. I mean, this body is obviously a lot nicer than the other one. And also, I'm assuming at some point someone locked their keys in it. It's ever so slightly noticeable, but there is a crease right here in the top of the door, and you can see where they've put silicone or some crap on it. But I'm assuming that they were sticking stuff in the door to pull it out and unlock it. So it leaks just a little. I went last weekend, and you can also look through the windshield and see that this one's gray interior. If you know me, I'm a sucker for black. I do not like anything but black interior. So we actually spent an entire day last week, and I found a pretty decent door. I went and got a black dash, so I can use, that's like the two main things for me. I can use a lot of the black interior on my other truck to swap it back and forth, but ultimately this truck's gonna have all black interior, and I'll just have to sacrifice the new daily, whatever I need or I'm black, and it'll go in this truck. And also, the bed's not terrible. I mean, all this is fixable. None of it is not fixable, but the time it would take me to do it and the money, and now that I have two, I can pretty much just pick the better parts of all of them and put them on this one. So I think my bed's a little bit nicer on the other truck. It's got a cover on it. I'm gonna take the cover off and really check the rails and inside the truck. So I'm likely gonna put that bed on it. I mean, it's got a crease right here on top of the cab, which is also fixable. I mean, none of it isn't fixable. Yeah, but pretty much the same ordeal. 4-cylinder, manual locks, manual windows, the whole ordeal. So today I'm gonna struggle getting this off the trailer because my garage is, or my driveway is inclined and it doesn't run. So I need to get it in my garage so I can pull the engine out of it, drop the transmission, probably do it all at one time, to be honest, and start all over again. When we pull the bed, we're gonna go ahead and do the frame just like I did the other one. When we pull the engine, I'm gonna go ahead and do the bay. I might even redo the suspension just to go ahead and have the entire undercarriage of the truck done. That one's pretty much done up to the front wheels. I haven't had a chance to do the suspension on that one on the front and kind of do the frame the same way that I did the back. So we're gonna do that. This one also has a good back bumper, and now that one's the daily, I'm not gonna put a roll pan on it. So this bumper will end up going on that truck. It's got a hitch. Not entirely sure if I'm gonna use it. Might sell it. You know, all that good stuff. So we're gonna get this thing unloaded. Not sure if I'm gonna be able to film too much of that because it's just me and Kayla here working. So we're gonna be going back and forth trying to get this thing off the trailer, and I'm gonna get in the garage and we're gonna start pulling this motor and transmission. All right, got this bad boy in here. I'll let y'all check it out a little bit more since I got off the trailer. Well, first thing is pull this damn hood off because I ain't pulling no motor under the hood. So we got this big Hemi 4-cylinder. Got to come out. To be honest, I don't know that I've ever pulled a 4-cylinder engine, but this looks a lot simpler than the LSs I'm used to pulling. It's like 9:30. I don't know if you, well, I'm sure you can see. It was daylight when we started this video. It's dark outside now. But at the same time, it's so damn hot here during the day that I waited until the sun dropped to cool down to work on this thing. So I'm gonna get as much done as I can tonight. It's Friday, so worst case, I got tomorrow and Sunday to finish this thing up. I mean, I don't mind. It takes my whole weekend. We're gonna get it out. So let's check it out. Like I said, we're gonna swap some shit around. Like this bed's messed up. I mean, it's got dings here and there. And this is what the Canyon looked like originally. All gray, rubber floor. Like I said, manual windows and shit. Yeah, I mean, at some point, like I said, I want this to be a race car, so at some point it'll end up having racing seats. I'm gonna go ahead and order some black carpet for it. I'll use the black door panels that are in the Canyon. What else we got? Oh, right here. So I've already gone and gotten a good driver's door. It is black, which is fine. Eventually I'll get the truck painted. That's if you build a truck or any kind of car or whatever, paint is always last. So you don't want to. I don't want to take this thing and get it painted today and then scratch it all to hell, pulling the motor and doing under it, get overspray over it and all that shit. So paint comes last anytime you build something. So here's the door. If you come on around here. Have already went and got, so last weekend, like I said, we spent a whole day going to get shit. I actually went to the junkyard because I found the door in North Carolina, damn near to Virginia, and I'm borderline south of South Carolina, kind of on the western side, but south. So the door I found, which was that one, was like I say, damn near to Virginia, North Carolina. Like 3.5 hour ride from here, maybe an hour above Charlotte, something like that. But while we were at the junkyard, I actually come across this dash, and I've already done the dash in the Canyon. Had to pull that dash out of the parts truck, so I've already done this several times. So I was able to get it fairly quickly. The absolute only thing I seen, that truck was hit on the passenger side. So this dash has got a slight crease right here. So I'm going to take a heat gun and mess with it a little bit, try to get it straightened back out. It's not the end of the world. Race car stuff, it really don't matter. Years to call this dash is I would not even be in the damn truck no more. So whatever, I got it. Nothing fancy. Alright, and the Canyon was, like I said, originally gray, so I have gray kick plates and all that shit to go back into Canyon, and then everything in the Canyon's complete, so I could put all that stuff in here to make this a complete truck also. So, whatever, fun little project. We're gonna get this motor snatched out, start messing with it. Like I say, once I do that, we'll clean up this engine bay, and I actually wanted a white truck. So the Canyon was originally gold, which I freaking hate gold. My OBS is gold. I can't stand it. I'm more of a base neutral color type of guy. Silver, black, white. But this one's already white, so if I can get this to clean up nice, I won't mess with it. Once the motor's out, I can pressure wash it, and if I got to hand wash it, whatever. Worst case, a lot of this shit's coming out because, like I say, it's a race car mobile little thing going on here. So, I mean, worst case, I'll scuff this up, spray it back white, clean it up. But yeah, that's it. We're gonna start getting this thing. Took it apart, pulled the hood off first, and shit, I ought to have this thing snatched out in no time, to be honest. So, whatever. We'll get it done here in just a second. So got the grill out, the radiator's gone, air conditioner, condenser. I pretty much got everything on the passenger side done, which to be honest was the easy side. We're not gonna be going back with air conditioner, heat. To be honest, any of the original engine harness, I mean, I don't intend for this thing to be a daily driver ordeal or needing it to go back and forth. I mean, of course it'll be a little street truck, but essentially I just wanted to haul ass. So maybe we'll go back with a standalone harness. I'd really like to get the Holley Terminator ordeal, but I'm just a broke cracker trying to have something, really. So I mean, I'm gonna get it going as quickly as possible. But I mean, my end goal is obviously to have all the nicest stuff. I'd like to run this on the track. I've been going to the track since I was a little kid, and really never thought I'd have anything to those standards. I watched all the local guys growing up, and you know, never could imagine that I'd have something. But I mean, that's my goal here. I like this thing to get on the track, be a nice little quick truck. And I've got a mess out here as of now, but I've run out of Michelob's. I'm getting low on Zen, so we're gonna probably shut it down for the night. It's already 11:40. But like I say, I've gotten a lot done already. Pretty much everything else I have to do is under the truck. I'm gonna have to get on the bottom on this side to make sure I've got all the harness undone. I've got to get under it to get the motor mount on this side. I'm trying to save as much as possible because my other truck obviously has this same engine. So anything goes wrong with it, I can use all these parts on my other truck. But stuff that, you know, obviously I'm not wanting to take the time and babysit. I'm taking my Sawzall and just hacking it off. Which is, if you don't know, I sell parts on the side. So when I strip motors, snatch them out, I'll cut everything up with the saw just to snatch them out quick, which is where this engine came from. That's eventually gonna go back in the truck. I'm sure I can find some spots right here. I've cut the harnesses, and I don't know if I cut the fuel lines on this one. Yep. See where I cut the fuel lines on this one. Cut the exhaust. I mean, I do it all quick as possible to get it out. So, I mean, I'm kind of in between on this one, trying to save and trying to do it quickly also. So, I wanted to do this at nighttime because it's cooler and I don't get so hot in my garage at night. But I'm just so tired, and to be honest, I slept kind of rough last night, so I got a little creak in my neck. I can't really get under here and do what I need to do efficiently, so I'm just gonna call it for the night, and hopefully try to get up earlier in the morning while it is still cool and knock out as much as possible. Tomorrow's Saturday, so I will still have Sunday to finish this up. So we're gonna wrap this thing up for the night and jump back on it first thing in the morning. Hopefully have this sucker pulled out here by the weekend. That's the goal. So that's gonna be it for this one, or at least for the night. Lock this bad boy down. We'll jump back on it in the morning. Boom, we're back up this morning. I feel decently rested. I still got a hell of a creak in my neck, to be honest, but I ain't gonna let that get in the way. Today I got to, I'm pretty sure I mentioned last night that I had already mostly got everything on this passenger side done. And then over here on the driver's side, it's a lot tighter. Looking down in this tiny crack, it looks like everything is pretty much undone. So I'm gonna get under here onto this side, and I'm gonna start doing the motor mounts. And I went ahead and decided I'm going to put a transmission, whether I use it for this truck or for this build or not. I want to go ahead and get it out of here so I can clean all the frame and get it pressure washed up really nice. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get it out of the way for now. So I'm gonna drop this cross member, get it out my way, go ahead and put my drive shaft. And I want to say all I'm gonna have to do over here is this motor mount. There might be a couple wires or harnesses still attached here and there. We'll find them once we start picking up on this motor, but for the most part I'm thinking I should have it done fairly quick. It's, I want to say around 10:30, so it's cool-ish outside. So what I'm gonna do, I went ahead and put the Canyon on the trailer. If you can see, I really only have like a 4-car driveway, not including the garage. So we just got too much crap here at this house. So I'm gonna take my OBS and my car trailer back over to my family's land. I'm gonna leave my truck and trailer, and then I'll drive the Canyon back because that's what I'm daily driving. The OBS mostly sits, to be honest. So I'm gonna at least stick it over there and put it under my shed, keep it out the weather. So anyway, we'll go get jumping on this thing this morning. You really ain't gonna be able to see too much underneath it. So I'll show you a little bit of that, but once I get everything undone, we'll swap around and start trying to pick up on this motor a little bit, see how it goes. And then I'll end up dragging this thing out here in the driveway so I can put the Camaro back, and you know, we can do a little bit of stuff to it here and there. Clean the engine bay, pull the bed, get a good start on it. At some point I'll jump back on the motor and give you guys an update on that also, but for now we got to get this thing right here ready to go and just start prepping it at least for the motor. Obviously I can't stick it in yet, so we'll jump on this and get going this morning. I actually didn't notice until afterward, to be honest, but this is actually a 5-cylinder. Anyway, this is actually a 5-cylinder. I did not know that before I started pulling it, so I'm not sure what is actually going to work as far as all the accessories in the front of this for my 4-cylinder. But I mean, whatever, we're not going to use it. So I'm going to throw this thing in the back of my gold truck, and I think I said earlier that I'm going to leave it in my shed at my family's land. It's not going to hurt me at all to leave it in the bed. So we might use this transmission. It's a 4060. I will have to find a new bell housing to make it work on the 5.3. I'd really like to go with the power glide setup. I mean, of course, you know, as years goes on, time goes on, whatever, the truck will just get better and better. But I would like to go ahead and get it going as quickly and obviously as cheap as possible. But we'll see how that goes. We got a damn mess in here, so I got some more oil draw on the way. We're gonna try to get this thing cleaned up. I did go ahead and pressure wash my driveway because I drug shit from here all the way out the road and then back up. So I purple powered it. You can see it actually come up fairly nice. So here's the truck. So we're gonna get all this cleaned up really nice. A lot of this crap I'm not gonna use. Obviously these old motor mounts come out. You know, I'm not sure as far as what harnesses I'm gonna need or not need. Yeah, we'll have to get going on it. So keep watching, subscribe to me. You'll see this truck get built. It's gonna haul ass at some point. We're just gonna keep picking at it, messing with it, and it'll be done here for too long, hopefully. So that's gonna do it for this one. Just check me out, subscribe to me. See you in the next video.